So the first sound we're going to hear in the phrase say, bite again is going to be this sound, which is going to be right here, this light area. So this is going to be a fricative, which means that the frequency is going to be higher. So the lower formants, right down here, are going to be much lighter than the higher formants because we can create a lot more noise and sound with the s sound. And this is going to be created by pushing your tongue up to your alveolar ridge and pushing that air out of that tight constriction against your teeth to create that sound. The next sound is going to be the A sound. So it's going to be our A and our Y combined. So it's going to be one sound. It's going to be a vowel, so we're going to have very noticeable formants right here. And very clear, like we can see very precisely that it's going to be a vowel. And this is just going to be created by opening your oral cavity, A, and then slowly closing it to blend the sounds and kind of bringing your tongue up. The next sound is going to be our B sound. It's going to be a voiced stop. So right here, we're going to see our voice bar right before the sound is going to actually fully escape because it is a voiced sound. So our vocal folds are going to have some vibration. And then we see a little bit of aspiration in between before we see our sudden burst of that air to make the B sound. So that's going to be created by using some vocal cord vibration. And then when that sound escapes, that's going to be when our lips unseal, B, and the pressure is going to escape from that stop. Next is going to be I, the I sound. This is also a vowel, so we're going to see pretty clear formants here, a little bit of blend here. And this is going to be created by opening the cavity again. Most vowels you use an open oral cavity, and then closing it while bringing the back of your tongue up to your palate. I. And then the next sound is going to be T sound. That's going to be a voiceless stop. So we're going to see a little bit of aspiration and build up right before that sound escapes. So that's going to be right here. So that burst is going to be right where we see this dark line in the graph, in the spectrogram. And that's going to be created by pressing our tongue to our alveolar ridge and then releasing that pressure, which then allows the air to escape, making that T sound. And then the air escapes by moving our tongue off of that ridge. The next is going to be, this E is going to be very silent, so you're not going to hear it bite. You don't hear an E, bite, T at the end of that. The next sound is going to be this A sound for again. So that's going to be a vowel. So yet again, very definitive formants right here. It's going to be different than our A sound because this is a blend and this is also a blend right here. And that's just going to be created by opening the oral cavity. Next is going to be our G sound, or G. This is going to be a voiced stop. So we're going to see our voice bar down here. It's very soft, so not really much in the higher formants. Actually, there's nothing in the higher formants. And we're going to see a burst right here where it finally gets dark again, but there's not going to be any aspiration for this one. We don't see any break in the formants where we can clearly see no sound is being produced. And this is going to be created by bringing the back of your tongue up to your soft palate and then releasing that pressure. G. Next is going to be our again, N, AI sound. That's going to be one sound. It's going to be, again, a vowel, so it's going to be dark. We're going to see our very clear formants right here, 1, 2, 3. And then that's going to be created again by opening your oral cavity and then bringing your tongue up to help close that off. It's not going to be opened as wide as our A sound at the beginning of the word because it's not going to be as prominent. And then our last sound is going to be our N sound, again, N. This is going to be a nasal. So we see down here a little bit of a nasal murmur where it's dark right here. And then we see some anti-resonance up here, not very precise, like specific, but we do see some darkness in these upper formants. And this is going to be created by pressing our tongue up to our hard palate and then closing off all that airflow out your oral cavity. So all our air is going to come out of our nasal cavity. So again, so that is a breakdown of the phrase, say, bite again.